for example, you have a country or a culture that is so conflicted, where people need to build trust. So they build trust by working together, by clarifying what it is that's important to them. And then afterwards, they build small agreements. And then one day, so you make those changes in development. You bring in infrastructure, you bring in roads, you bring in education, improve health, etc. So these are small little agreements that they come up with. And in the process of doing so, it also builds trust. And so at the very end of it, after many years, they actually don't need a big agreement because all the agreements have already been made. And I say this because I have been saying this to many funders. I say, bring the money now. Don't bring the money only after an agreement is made. It's just like, the thing is that even in countries like ours, there is so much hope that is pinned around a peace agreement that may not even happen in the short term. And this is unfortunate because I always tell people, when our parents see us grow, and then we get to a certain age and they talk to one another and they say, you know what, I have put my children in peace by marrying them off. They're now married, so people think that they're at peace. But I ask people in the audience, all those who are married, are you in peace? And they all laugh and they say, no, we are not at peace. Why? Because a marriage contract is very much like a peace agreement. You have to work it through, right? So pinning our hopes around a peace agreement is very, very dangerous. I think what we need to do is build small agreements that contribute to a big agreement, and that big agreement now becomes stable. And this is where I find that women are going to be very important. See, there is so much emphasis on peace agreements or peace negotiations where you have a lot of men, right? But a lot of the work that really contribute to the success of this big peace agreement is done by the women, where women are able to bring in their constituents, create consensus, create involvement, create awareness, build peace, make the peace, in other words, that contribute to that peace agreement. And that is where I think the big connection must happen. The recognition of the role of women in peacemaking and peace building, not necessarily in the peace negotiations, because negotiations don't happen just at the highest level. In fact, the greater part of it is done at the lowest levels, and that's where the women must count.